Manitoba has become the latest province to clamp down on the popular social media app TikTok. The province is banning the app on all government-issued devices by Monday of next week. It says it is a precautionary measure. Now, there have been growing fears across the country that the Chinese-run app is a risk to privacy and security. We'll speak with a local expert about TikTok and the safety of your own data just ahead. But first, CBC's Amebola Odeni spoke with people and asked them about the use of the social media app and how they're feeling about the risks.
I know our kids like it.
Our kids like it, yeah. I think they spend a little too much time on it, so I'm kind of a little biased against it.
Honestly, after the first quarantine back in 2020, there's not much to do, and so TikTok was the new app, and I hopped on it, and I pretty much got addicted.
Why do you like TikTok?
It's fun. It feeds my brain useless information and videos.
They could have taken so many things, so at this point, I don't really do too much to protect myself that way.
I don't know, I don't really think about it. I think if they were to have my information, it'd be useless to them.
I'm all for apps and technology and everything being banned for the right reasons. My concern always when it comes down to certain technologies, that it becomes a political issue.
For me, I don't really keep a lot of personal information on my social media profiles, other than pictures and stuff. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of our data is constantly being taken by other platforms, so I kind of feel very apathetic to it, whatever.
My favorite new social media app, so I would be really upset if it was banned, but I mean, it's probably justified though.
I mean, it's TikTok again, so it's whatever, but I feel like something else would come along and take its place if it did get banned, at least in Canada.
TikTok disappeared tomorrow, I certainly wouldn't be too sad about it.
For more about TikTok and data safety, I want to bring on Gautam Srivastava. He is a professor of computer science at Brandon University. First, I want to ask you, governments are one thing, but the average person is probably not worried about something like espionage, for example. Should the average user be worried about having the TikTok app on their devices?
I don't think so. TikTok is a user-friendly application. There's been no compromised situations with TikTok. They've never been attacked. They've never had data security leaks. So I think the average user is pretty safe using TikTok at this point.
I mean, one concern that has come up in the past, just broadly speaking, is something like clipboard monitoring. Can you explain what that is and why people should be worried about it?
Yeah, so clipboard monitoring is basically a lot of times on our devices for ease of use and not having to type a lot. We copy information from one application to another. So say we got an email about something and we copy that into another application, or someone texts us something to look up and we copy it and then we paste it into Google. Every time we copy it, it gets stored on the clipboard. And so when it's stored on the clipboard, that is an unsecured area of our phone. Apps oftentimes do something called clipboard monitoring, where they're periodically checking the clipboard for new information. They pull it, and then they use it to create a better user profile about you to make your experience on their application a lot more smooth and a lot more user-friendly. And so there is some risk there, because a lot of people tend to copy passwords or copy email addresses that they use with passwords. And so this could be information that could be monitored by an application, and then when sold to a third party, then there is some inherent risk there for users.
Right, and that brings me to my next question. We always joke about something like our phones, for example, listening to us, showing us links for something that we just mentioned in a conversation with someone. Can you explain how this works and how you prevent this from happening?
There's a couple things that applications tend to do. So when you install a fresh application on your phone and you use it for the first time, depending on what parts of your phone the app needs access to. So if the app needs access to your contacts, if it needs access to your camera, if it needs access to your microphone, it will request you to grant application to that microphone, camera, whatever. And there's usually 3 options given to you. Always, only when the app is open, and never. Never, most people won't pick, because then the app becomes pretty much useless and you won't be able to use it. The other 2 are kind of a trick question, because always would grant the application access to that microphone or camera all the time. And just when the app is open is probably the best choice. However, a lot of people with social media applications tend to have the application running in the background. And so then with the application open, they can still get data out of your camera or your microphone or when you're typing and use that again to create a better profile about you for the application.
Right. So how do users, both young and old, how do we protect ourselves when we're using not just TikTok, but, really any other social media platform?
I would suggest people that are using different social media platforms, first of all, only have the applications installed on your phone that you're actively all the time using. If there's some social media platform that you consider yourself done with or you don't want to use anymore, you should probably uninstall it from your phone, because even though it's not active, it may be running processes in the background and still creating a user profile about you, even if you're not using the application. The other thing you should do is only have the applications open on your phone or device when you're actually using it. And so what that means is if you're not using the application, make sure that it's actually closed on your phone and not running in the background. So a lot of phones will have this window that you can pull up that kind of shows all the different things that are currently running. Make sure that the application is closed there when you're not using the application. Because just remember, anytime the application is running in the background, you're kind of still giving it permission to log information from the parts of your phone that you've already given it access to. And so this can be detrimental to users if they want to protect themselves fully from these applications mining or farming information about them.
Right. Some very good information, some very good tips. Gautam Srivastava, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.